Casey with the Ward Trading Card Company.
And I'm Marty Paulson with the Ward Trading Card Company.
And we're going to talk to you today about what Ward is. We've always wanted to sit down and just be able to chat and kind of talk about the game and everything, especially for people who are brand new. So that's what we're going to do today. We've been on the news a couple times, and usually we only get like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've been on podcasts, which are great to be on, but it's nice to sometimes be able to get our full message out across. So hopefully we can get this video to about 50 minutes.
Yeah.
I hope.
Our goal is to just sit down and talk to you guys just face to face, I guess, screen to face. You get the point. But we just want to sit back, relax, and have a little chat about what Ward is, how Ward came to be, and where Ward is going in the future.
I'm so relaxed. I'm so ready.
Nice. Actually, I do need to do one thing before I'm relaxed.
What? Oh, God, here we go. Here comes the shirt.
There we go.
My shirt.
I'm kidding.
is
I'm over
gonna-
25. I can't do that. All right.
My shirt's gonna stay on. You should just backward had it.
No,
You're like really cool.
I read in Men's Health one time that any man over 25 years old who wears their hat backwards is a jerk. So I don't wear a hat backwards.
The hat stays backwards then, I guess. I'll put it forward for now. Okay, so I guess let's start about talking about what Ward is. Do you want to take it, or do you want me to take like what the game actually is?
Well, we can probably tag team this one.
All
so
right.
the thing with Ward is it's a trading card game. Obviously, Ward trading card game, but we're not just a trading card game. For anybody watching this, they're going to find out very, very quickly, and for anybody who's been with us for a while, they already know. The trading card game really only comes into play when it comes to collectability. When you're actually playing the game, it feels a lot more like a tabletop or an RPG. You're not just trying to beat the opponent by having a stronger card. It relies very heavily on luck, what cards you have as far as support, and the dice rolls.
Yeah, Ward in a nutshell is, for those at home, to make it as easy as possible, think of Yu-Gi-Oh! Game flow with a Dungeons & Dragons battle system. Is it in a nutshell? But
Yeah.
Ward is more than just a trading card game. Ward is built to be, think of like if you're at home playing a game of, I don't know, COD, Halo, whatever you're playing, and you have the base game of how to play, but then there's also a plethora of fun game types to play. That's what Ward is. There's a base standard 1-versus-1 game, but then there's a whole bunch of other ways to play it. For example, 2-versus-2 is a blast to play team, which has the same rule set, but a different way of playing. There's another one that people work in called Attrition, where there's no cemetery. There's the one...
One of my favorites that me and my friends play a lot is the three-way battle.
Free for all.
Just an all-way battle. We usually do it with like 3 people, and it is probably my most fun way of playing.
Yep. And we're working on even big BTM, big team matches, where it'd be like 5-on-5, 10-on-10, and it's just one session of sitting down and battling with 2 teams going at it. And we're working on, at least at the time of recording this video, we're working on boss battles, which would be, you would play with your deck against a boss deck, which nobody is actually controlling. It's a way to play Ward by yourself, kind of like playing solitaire. But there would be one boss, one creature in the deck, and then the boss's mechanics are so easy to do that you can keep all the focus on yours. And the goal is just to beat the boss deck and see if you can do it, play by yourself at home. But bosses can also be, we can team up to fight a boss, and they progressively get harder and harder. So it's a very fun aspect of the game to really give that D&D feel, because we used to play a lot of D&D, and we were trying to find, Ward was basically us trying to find a way to play D&D and like skip straight to the action, like the stuff that we always used to do. There's always fun in everything with D&D, where you're like the RPG aspect, and I still love that, because it gets goofy.
Oh yeah.
But we always were like, we would sometimes sit and play for 5 hours, like we didn't even fight anything.
Yeah.
We just sat here and just like in town, just like pooping in a grate. Like I don't, our D&D sessions get really weird. So just weird stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff.
Yeah, but there's other stuff too that we're expanding into with Ward. One of them would even be, we just have regular poker cards here.
Yeah.
That we have as well.
Pop those open. They're really, really
Yeah,
nice.
I'll probably toss something up on the screen, but they're just regular poker cards that we have that you can play a game of cribbage, which cribbage is a huge way that we came up with how Ward plays. Kind of, in its own way. Not all the time, but kind of.
It's a mishmash of a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff that we enjoy all playing, so we just kind of all put it into one card game.
Yeah. You want to show off kind of what we have, I guess? Here, I'm sitting right in front of them.
Yeah.
Let's show off one of the cards here. And,
Let's do the frog. Everyone likes the frogs.
Okay.
Everyone likes the frogs.
yeah, is that a hollow too? Yeah, you can probably pull them out.
All right, so we got
hollow.
So with the Generation 1 and 2 now, we do have foil cards for each. and they do come in every single card. Joe, zoom in on that when you're editing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm knocking everything over.
Okay.
Yeah.
I paused.
You'll be able to see it, yeah.
So, I bent up the card. So, obviously, we showed off Wizard Frog because everyone likes the Wizard Frog. Hey, Odin, what's up? And now I can't get it back in here.
You want me to do it?
I
help you.
There we go. I help.
I help.
Yeah. So with every single card being a hollow, we have found that it actually boils down to being a lot more difficult if you want to try and go for like the ultimate collector aspect of it, of getting all 150 as far as the hollows go. The common and uncommon cards are the hard ones to get.
Here, we'll just pull this out. It'll be like when you're watching daytime TV and they're selling you like necklaces and stuff. And you can get this for only $300.
Got Peddling Partridge here. That's all jacked up in there.
Yeah. We have just grabbing a drink. So we have 2 generations of cards right now that both have 150 cards in them. At the time of this recording, it has been discovered that there's a secret card
sitting.
sitting.
Do we have a secret card in here?
Yeah, he's not up here right now.
Oh, he's not up here, okay.
Yeah, he's so secret we don't have him. So I'll hand you one of those.
Right.
Go off the packs, talk about them. Why are those different?
So, Ward is very focused on our artwork, which is really, really nice. It's actually one of the things that people will comment on first whenever they see the cards, at how great the artwork is, thanks to our artist Fabricio. And we really went heavy into like the 80s, 90s comic book style, and it reflects also on the pack covers. So this is going to be our starter pack. Here's the booster pack. These are Gen 1 Edition 2. It looks like a comic book cover, which is something that we really, really enjoy, and so do our players. So the other nice thing with our packs is it will give you the chase card up in the corner. So that is your mythic rarity for the set. And then we actually have a quick tear. So anybody who is doing the pack rips on lives on TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is that you
YouTubes, the TikTok
over there on whatnot.
For the kids.
If you're doing the pack rips and stuff, we did put in a quick tear system, which no one else has as far as I know or have seen. So you can rip these puppies real quick without needing to fumble around or get your nails out.
And you know what? We will rip one. Let's rip that one.
Rip this one?
Yeah, rip that one. We'll rip 2
Ready?
packs here.
Watch. I'm going to open this now, and it's going to be all jacked up.
It's
I'm
going to
do it wrong.
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh,
whoa, and it's
look
open.
at that. It's perfect.
And it's open.
Yeah, so just like that, it's just an easy tear rip.
There you go.
And then, you know what? Hold it right up to the camera here. Let's
so
do a little pack
right.
for everybody here. Let's get right up here.
All right, so with our booster pack with 9 cards, it's ratioed out so that you have magic cards, you're going to have creature cards, and you have your rare and betters in the back, and you have 2 rare or better in the back.
That one's good.
So we got ourselves a Wings of the Beast, Surprise from the Deep, a Dragon Tamer, Unlucky Circumstance,
Goblin. First card ever made.
Oh, there's the Dragon Fox,
Oh, yeah.
the Elf, the Squire, so we're in the rare and better now, and
a blue dragon.
Right on.
Cool.
Shout out to the Cult of the Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
If those guys are still around on Facebook.
We'll crack this one too. I'll crack this guy.
Yeah, good.
Up here. I'm going to bring it, I'll start right here. Same thing. Easy tear, just rips right off the top. And these are the starter decks. Now, the starter decks are like a big giant booster pack that is randomized, but ratioed correctly to be ready to play right out of the pack. You only need 30 cards to play Ward. There's 35 in these, so you actually get a tiny bit of customization the second you grab one.
Yep.
So me and Marty here could each buy our own starter deck, and they would never be the same. There are some games that do something like this, but not like ours, because it is all fully random. You could have any card in here as long as it fits into the slot. You'll always have, I always mess this up. You'll always have 16 common and uncommon magic in here, and you'll always have 11 common and uncommon creatures, and then 8 rare or better cards, and 1 guaranteed holographic. The last card, this one I'm pointing to here, this is the holographic, and that's at the way back.
Mm-hmm.
So they are designed to be, you can just open them up, and you can just pretty much do a tiny bit of customization, pull out some cards you don't think look cool, and just start playing. You know what we don't have here? While I'm doing this, you should go find some dice.
Oh.
Dice are a huge part of Ward, and we don't even have one sitting on the table. But I'm going to come right up to you guys, coming right at you here. And we're going to start, if I can do this correctly, So there's our quick rules guide here. Just a little quick reminder. It's not going to tell you how to play the game, but it is going to give you some quick reminders on what you should be doing if you have questions about like the armor level and all that stuff and how it goes. So let's just move on here. First one we have here is Mysterious Traveler. He's an equip card, armor level 3, speed 3, and he would equip to your creature and then make their armor stronger, speed a little bit faster. Next one we got is Magic Ring. That's a cool one that's also an equip. Boosts his hit roll by +5, which is an important aspect of Ward, which we'll talk about here in a second. Ball and Chain, you can make your opponent slower, which definitely helps. Wings of the Beast, basically a card that will give you a little boost to your attack and an extra, I believe it's an extra dice roll. No, this is Take Flight. So you can't be damaged by anybody without wings for a turn. We got Holy Water, does more damage to all undead creatures. Dragon Tamer basically lets you dig into your deck and pull a dragon right out to your hand. Knight Armor, increase your armor level by +5. Mounted Assault, speed +6. Lucky Charm, hit +3. Hero Shield, armor level. A lot of these are just equips, basically. Oh, Smokescreen, your opponent can only roll one hit dice roll. Another Dragon Tamer, another Mounted Assault. Sword of the Grove, +5 to attack. That's pretty good, actually. Ooh, these are fun. So this is something we haven't had. We have lightning cards here. What they are is they can be played from your hand during either you or your opponent's turn, as long as the conditions on the card here are met. So like him, yep, there we go. So him, for example, during battle, play this card from your hand. Negate the attack damage meant for your creature for this battle. So he's pretty nice, just negate an attack. All right, now we're in the creatures here, which is the most important, well, not the most important part, but a very important part because you need creatures to battle. We got a little rodent here, pretty weak. One of the weaker creatures. We got a demon. I should probably talk about what's going on here. I might put a graphic on screen to make it easier for those at home, but up here in the corner, you got your armor level. We'll discuss that in a second. My back's hurting by just holding this over here, so
We're getting old.
we'll get there. We'll zoom in on this in a second, talk what they are, but here's the creatures here. We got ourselves an owl. We got a giant spider. God, I love that one. Fabricio does a very good job with the art with that 90s comic book look. Try not to get any shine on these so you can see them easier. We got a dragonling here. Cute little guy. Oh, one of my favorites, the Werecroc. Oh, yeah. He's pretty tough. A giant eagle. Another rodent. Another owl. Another demon. Oh, we got a couple doubles. And we got... All right, so now we're in the rares or betters, and there's 8 of them in the pack. Epic Ring, hit +4, attack +4. That's actually pretty good in the game. Hourglass of Time, basically a card that lets you reset either you or your opponent's turn if you don't like what's going on. Health Potion, pretty simple. You heal your creature for 30 HP. Epic Boots, another pretty good buff card here. Armor level and speed. Ooh, Blade in the Dark. This is one you play from your hand if your opponent uses any magic, and you can just negate it. Forest Sentinel, throw damage right back at your opponent if they're attacking you. That's a fun one. Oh, we got a Wizard. He's pretty cool. This is one of the better creatures in the game. Some cards here will have a nice little special effect. His is basically you roll a die and he can be immune to damage for a turn. Oh, and then here's our holo. It's our last card here. Ooh, shiny. The holographic is actually called Shattered Ice. That's what it is, kind of an old school look. So anyway, that's what a starter pack looks like. Oh my god, my back hurts from doing that. Jeez.
So one of the nice things as well, a lot of people just kind of gloss over it. With the quick tear system that we have, instead of messing up your whole pack, if you are just out doing a pack crack tournament or a draft tournament, you can just take your cards and put them right back in.
Yeah, use them later.
There you go.
Yeah, everything about Ward was designed to be very easy for somebody brand new.
Easy to access.
Yeah, or even someone who doesn't play card games to get into. And we have found that if you're someone at home, maybe you played card games way back in the day, got out of it for a while, this is the game you're waiting for. This is the game that and we've all been waiting for so long. It's old school looking. It's so straightforward in how you play it. Summon creatures to the field, play magics on them to make them stronger, battle back and forth through dice rolling.
I think, so one of the biggest draws to it, or one of the biggest people who are drawn to it, like Joe was saying, is that people that used to play all the card games and then just stopped, or people that used to have a big D&D group and then the group disbanded. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
people
gonna
who
give you
are
that
in
feeling.
like it's like middle-aged and then kids. All are just drawn to this game, so it is for everybody.
Oh yeah.
It's very easy to play, very easy to get into. When Joe was talking about the simplicity of getting into it, all you need to play is you're in front by this, and then you go steal Grandma's Farkle dice, and this is all you need. And
That's it.
You're good to go.
Yep,
You can play now.
six-sided die. Six-sided die in a starter pack, and you're ready to rock and roll and start playing Ward. And the game was designed to be simply, you buy a couple starters, you bring it home, kind of like a board game you have sitting at home. You just pull it out once in a while and play with the dice. But the option of the trading card game is in there because there are better and more rare cards. And Ward, unlike many other games, we don't just print less of a certain card to make it rare, to make it a chase card, to make it that. What we do is a card that is better in the game and makes the game, if you're just a good card, I don't know how to say it. If it's a good card, it's going to be harder to get. It's not simply just not printed more because we just wanted to artificially boost up some rarity and get people chasing it. When people get these, not only are they rare, but they're good in your deck. That's why they're so rare and sought after.
This game was built specifically as a game first. There was no, oh, look at this thing that I drew, let's make a game around it. Or, hey, I saw these other guys make a game, this looks easy. It was built as a fun game first, and Joe basically made up the entire battling system.
Almost.
So, almost.
My wife made up how to win.
as women do.
So the way you win in Ward is, there are tutorial videos out there that you'll see on our YouTube channel. So if you just click below, above, wherever the heck it is. I'm not a YouTube guy, so I don't know. Click here to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and like me for everything I do.
I need validation.
No, it's there's other tutorial videos. Feel free to watch those. Those will teach you more how to actually play the game. Here we're just going to talk about the game. But the way you do win in Ward is you have to destroy enough of your opponent's creatures to equal 300 creature HP into their discard pile, or their card cemetery as we call it. So one of these cards here, why don't you pull any creature out? Sure. Here we go. Blue Dragon. I might put something up on the screen here because it'll probably be easier. But he's got himself 90 HP. If he, battles back and forward with the dice and everything, and then he finally is destroyed and discarded, I'm now 90 points closer to that 300 to losing. Once I hit 300 or more, I lose, and the game's over. To play stronger creatures that have a higher armor level, you actually have to sacrifice weaker ones to your discard pile, your cemetery, which we'll use her. So, if I used the elf here to sacrifice to bring out one of the stronger creatures that has a higher armor level, which is covered in other videos, she has 50 health. I would now be 50 points closer to losing. However, I now have a stronger creature on the field where I can start controlling the match a little bit more. And when you get a creature with an armor level of 12, which is the max, it's pretty tough to hit them, and you're doing pretty well controlling the game. So that's a very quick rundown of how to play Ward, in its entirety. But there are so many better. We have several videos out there with way better stuff. This is just us talking about the game.
So with that being said, with it being kind of a casual sit down, just chit chat kind of thing, there's lots of videos about how to play. There's lots of reviews of people playing the game, which reviews are our validation. If you guys review our game, we want to be honest, we want to be open. We do not ever want you guys to lie about anything or make something up. We do not pay for reviews.
I was going to say, we do not pay reviewers. If you see a review out there for Ward and it's not us, we did not pay for it. We get the game into people's hands. We're happy to send them stuff sometimes. Most of the time, they'll just buy it without us sending them anything. And they ask us if they want us to hit on any certain points of the game. We say no. We say just open it up, start playing, let us know what you think, because we're that confident. We know if the person watching this is going to love it. You're going to buy these, you're going to get it home, you're going to fall in love with the art right away, like all of us have. Yeah. And you're going to love the straightforward, simplistic gameplay, but it can be...
It can get complicated.
It can get complicated. As we're recording this, there is an online tournament happening right now that one of our other staff is in charge of. Thanks, Tom. While we're recording this, and he's keeping... I think they're in like the finals of the consolation bracket as we speak, and those decks are starting to get pretty complicated. So that aspect of the game is there. if you want it. But we're not going for those people.
No.
I love those people. They're great.
Yeah. Oh,
They're so much fun.
Yeah, if they want to buy more stuff, keep buying. But we want the people that want to sit down and have fun just playing the game with their buddies. One of my favorites is when dads will buy them and play with their kids. That is so cool when, like, you know, a kid will see it, or even the dad will see it, like, hey, let's try this game out. And I'm just saying dads because usually dads are the nerdy ones who are, you know, walk around the side of the TCGs.
Most of the time, that's what we see.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
See.
Most of the time, that's
we're
what we see.
being honest.
It's a dad. Yeah, us guys
and they bring
are
it
the
home and they play with their kids, and the kids love it too because the artwork is fun, the artwork is colorful, and secretly, we're teaching math skills. But shh, don't.
Oh yeah, shh. Yeah, we secretly work for the schools. We're here for the school district. Your kids are learning math. Like, no, I'm out of here.
There is no. I don't remember what they call the new addition system, the dot thing that they're teaching kids nowadays. Well, the only dots you need are the dots and the dice.
Yeah, that's it. And your fingers. Those help to count too.
I use these a lot when I'm counting.
And if it's a lot, my toes. But yeah, addition, subtraction, nothing too crazy. Like, you're not going to be doing algebra or anything like that. You might have to. There might be a few multiplication stuff that you may have to pull a calculator out. That happens so rare.
Yeah.
It's most of the stuff you can just do in your head. What's 7 plus 7? 15.
But like I was saying, there's so much stuff about the game already online. What I wanted to do is have just chat and get into what each of us kind of like about. He's doing close-up magic again. He's doing close-up magic again. If anyone comes to a tournament, you see this, you come to a convention, find him, ask him to do close-up magic.
All right, you convinced me. Let's do it. Let's do one. All right. So
Okay.
we'll just do one.
One, okay.
One
All right.
real quick.
All right.
All right. For you at home, should I go close up, or should we just do it right here?
Probably close up.
Probably close.
Do
Let's go close up. We're coming to you.
Okay.
All right. So I want you to get behind the camera and tell me if you can see these pretty well. You see them pretty
Yes.
well?
Yep.
All right. We got 3 cards here. All right. So our first card that we have here is going to be our what is that? Unlucky Can you see it? Unlucky circumstance. So we'll take unlucky circumstance, put it right back on top here. Then we're gonna do. So we're gonna flick it, and we're gonna turn it into an elf. Ooh, close up magic. Isn't that the fun stuff? You're not even paying attention to me anymore.
Tommy.
Oh, this guy's checked me out. So we have the elf on the bottom here, and what we're gonna do is we also have an elf on the top, and in the middle, we also have another elf. So we had an elf on the bottom, right? Nope, that was the blue dragon. Okay. And that's close-up magic. There was a little cut in there from the close-up magic.
Sorry, we actually were watching the finals of the online tournament.
There was an online tournament that we just hosted, so let's talk about that a little bit. So something we do that we had talked about slightly before is we have an online tournament using Untap. We just finished up. It was a 15-man bracket, and it went swimmingly.
Really well.
Actually, very well. So we plan to host many more of those. So anybody watching this, even if you live, we are from Minnesota, northern Minnesota too, where it's nice and cold. Right now we have 20 feet of snow outside as we record this, and you probably hear from our accents. Yeah. Oh, you betcha.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know.
That's a bit cold.
Yeah. Oh, we made a trading card game out on the lake. So, and we get a little weird. But something about Ward is we're a couple of guys. Me, my brother Tom, who's not here right now, Marty, we got another guy, John. My wife Q helps us out quite a bit. We have a few others that kind of step in and help once in a while. But yeah, we're just a couple of people who set out to, I should be clear, we didn't set out to make a trading card game for anybody. The way this all started was, I'd actually kind of just, we'd been messing around with making some like goofy old cards and stuff in ways that we wanted to, and we were playing them, and then it led into me. I kind of was screwing around just on, literally it was on Paint 3D on my computer, making some cards, and it started out by making the cards. They played a lot like Pokemon to start, but like I didn't really like it because I wasn't doing anything to make a game. I was literally at the computer just screwing around. Yeah. And then when I did it, I'm like, oh, well, that, battle system doesn't really work for me. And then I'm like, how about like a D&D battle system for this? And so I ended up using, I wanted to use 20-sided die. But we didn't have any 20-sided die around at the time. So I'm like, well, we just use 6-sided die. And then it just kind of evolved from there. I made some cards, laminated them, stuck 2 pieces of cardboard together, or cardstock together, and then had the guys come up, and we ended up trying and playing it out randomly.
And it was so much fun.
Yeah, and we found out that we were just like, we didn't want to play anything else, so we ended up just playing Ward the whole time.
What was the original name?
The original name was Fantasy Dungeon Battle, and my God, was that bad. I mean, I guess it gets the point of the game across, but
Yeah.
Ward just seemed to flow off the tongue so well.
Way
Ward,
better.
and that big W, and all that cool stuff. Ward. Yeah, one
It
syllable.
works.
Yeah, so basically what ended up happening was after we did it, Tom, my brother, is not here right now, but if you look at our other videos, he's a big bald guy. Like, hard to miss him.
Yeah.
And he, so he reaches out to me and he's like, hey, do you want to maybe do something with this game? And, I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, manufacture it. He's more business oriented than I am. And I told him no. I had no interest in it whatsoever. It's just a fun game for us to play, bring out to the cabin, and just screw around with once in a while. Well, a couple weeks go by and he gets a hold of me and he's like, hey, by the way, we have an LLC. And I'm like, all right, we're doing this. So then we had to begin the process of finding our first artist, which was Mark Evans. And then, because the original print was just AI. Like, it was just for us to play.
Yeah.
So we just generated AI images from like 3 years ago. It was so ugly looking. So we did our...
But at the time, it was like, oh,
At the
there's
time,
pictures.
wow, I can make my own images. That's so cool. But we never wanted AI, so we found Mark Evans to go through and redo all the original cards. And Mark did a good job, but Fabrizio is our artist now, and we do like Fabrizio better. Yeah, much better. He hits what I was going for. Mark ended up bringing it to more of kind of an old like D&D monster manual look, which it's cool in its own right, but not really what I was going for. I always wanted this like
comic book.
Yeah, the comic book, like 90s comic book. I always loved the Maximum Carnage Spider-Man series is one of my favorites, and so I wanted that look, and Fabrizio was able to hit that right on the head. So that's why we're sticking with him moving forward. But anyway, so after finding the artist, Mark was the original one. We had to find a manufacturer, which we ended up going through a place down in Florida, which I don't know if Tom wants to talk about who our manufacturer is for some reason.
No.
Remember he said that? He doesn't want us to talk about him.
I wouldn't talk about it right now. It's fine. But they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. They're out of Florida. We are 100%
If Tom
USA
approves
made.
it, Joe, put it in text right here who the manufacturer is.
Right?
And if there's nothing here,
Just be a flashing thing.
Tom said no.
Tom said,
Okay.
Oh, it's a big thing that says, Tom says no. Tom's definitely the business one. We are just, I guess I'd be the creative.
I'm the salesman.
You're the salesman. John's John.
John does
John's
John
our
things.
editing guy.
John
Yeah.
does John things.
He does John things. Q is just kind of like secretly HR, I
Yeah.
guess. So if we do something wrong, she yells at us.
I screw up a lot.
Don't talk like that. Yeah. So, what else can we do before we end up like kind of cutting the video? We've got a lot of stuff out here.
We do.
What else what are we talking
So,
about? Boxes
so we
a
do
little bit
have the second edition out now of Generation 1, which is
At the time
awesome.
of recording.
At the time of recording,
we
we
just
now have
released
it.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we now have Generation 1, Edition 2. We have Generation 2, Undead Invasion. We have the boss battles will be coming out.
At the time of the video that we're
sometime-
recording this, it's coming out.
Sometime this year, we're assuming. We got the poker
Soon.
cards out. We're going to GammaCon, which is gonna be awesome. We're very
Gamma
excited to go to
Expo.
Gamma
Yeah,
Expo.
Gamma Expo, Business Expo.
Down in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep. We'll be there.
If anybody watches this and you see us there, come by and say that hey, I saw you guys on that video. Awesome.
What is it for Ward that drags you into it? What is it that grabs you? I know what grabs me. What is it that grabs
for
you?
me, the biggest part
Why
that
is it we
pulls me
can't
in-
stop
well,
playing it?
number
Why
one,
can't others stop playing it?
Number one, I love the artwork of it. I love the comic book style of it. Number two, it is jumping into my favorite part of a tabletop game. Just the battles. Battle. It's super fun. It's awesome that no two games are ever going to be alike. Because if you roll the dice, who knows what you're going to get. You could critically fail every single time. You could have the strongest creature in the game fall to one of the weakest creatures in the game. It's happened before. So, it's the unknowing outcome, which is something that I really liked about this, outside of looking at Magic, looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! If I have a stronger card than you, or if I just went out and paid $10,000 for a card that's like super strong and I just win every tournament, there's no fun and just knowing that you're going to win,
Mm-hmm.
or at least for me.
I will say, because we've seen it in tournaments too.
Well, there's
that
definitely some
we have
cards
guys
that are
who
better.
we have guys who consistently their strategies get them all the way to the finals. Like,
But strategy's the
Strategy.
big thing,
Yep.
because you can have a weak card like we just saw. Scarlet, she's a armor level 1 and an HP of 10. Just run through a tournament.
yeah, but she's got an effect.
She's
where
got a
she
great
can't
creature
be,
effect.
She can't be hit unless you roll dice that match.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for the guy in our tournament we just had that played in the
Yeah,
finals,
sorry, Billy.
Sorry Billy if you're watching this, but he could not roll doubles for the life of him. And literally for her, she has such low health that you just got to do it
You
one
could've used
time.
this.
Yeah, there you go. You just got to do it one time, and he could not get it for the life of him.
Was not able to.
But that's just how it goes sometimes. That's the luck of the draw, the chance of the dice. For me, I think my favorite thing about Ward that keeps bringing me back is it feels like old school. It feels like an old school, straightforward game. It's like there's no gimmicks. It's just bring your creature out, power them up, battle
Fight.
back and forth with dice. So it actually feels like your creatures are really rumbling out on the field.
Yeah.
And I think, me personally, I love making weird decks.
Yeah.
So like
Theme decks.
I want
Theme decks
all
are
bugs.
king. I don't care if it's awful. I don't care if that I lose all the time with my DOT deck. I love playing them.
Yeah.
They're just fun.
DOT, damage over time.
Damage
damage over
right
time.
here, Joe.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, this seems kind of interesting, you're on the right track. You're gonna love this game. Everybody who sits and plays it falls in love with this right away. I don't know exactly why that is. I know why I like it, and I play a lot of trading card games, and I'm trying to pinpoint why it is that people just want to only play this suddenly. I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's our charm.
I'm not gonna
Maybe they
question
just
it
like
too
us.
much.
Maybe they just like us. I think it's the artwork. I think it's the color. I think it's a mixture of a bunch of things that reminds them of their childhood. I think it's the art, the bright style. It's not this dark. There's so much dark, gritty, edgy stuff out there. Like, cool, okay, edgy, it's fine. I get it. Some people really like that stuff. I personally love playing like Dark Souls and Elden Ring and stuff like that. That's dark and edgy. But something about like that comic book, like bright colors, but still
it's
like
so much different than what's on the market nowadays that it's refreshing.
yeah, yes, that is true.
It's a refreshing look at something. We could have easily went with something dark and gritty for this, or a
animated,
Dragon
right?
Fox. You could have made him, gnarled and whatnot. But having that comic book bright feel, it pulls in everybody who touches the cards, knows the quality, can see the difference in them, and they're very easy to pick up. Even if you don't have a quick rules guide, if you pick one of these cards up, you can briefly look at it, and you can probably figure out how to play the game in about 5 minutes of looking at a few cards.
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out at all.
Very easy to pick up.
Yeah. Are there questions you'll have in the game? Sure. Sometimes there's two card effects that seem like they kind of contradict each other. There is a way to work through it, and if you're playing at home, just do whatever.
So quick just segue as far as the cards.
Yeah.
So what is out of the 310 cards that we currently have out,
stuff?
including all the pros and everything?
Yeah.
What is your favorite Magic card, and what is your favorite creature card? I don't know what creature card is. Yeah, okay.
The Alvarine is my favorite creature.
Yeah,
Alvarine is a mixture of an owl and a wolverine and like a guy. It's just this. I don't even know what it is, but I love it, and it's freaking cool. Okay, it's just this vicious a-hole. A lot of people like Jerry though, but yes. Okay, so he'd be my favorite for the creatures. As for the magics, oh man, there's so many magics, and I do like the power-ups, but I love the cards that flip the game on its head, and I think Apocalypse is my favorite of the magics for sure. Because Apocalypse, you play it, and each player's turn, you both have to roll a die. If the die match, both your main creatures, your primaries, take 100 damage. It can just throw the game. Like, it's so much fun. Like, I hate it when somebody plays it to me, but I also love it because that feeling of like, oh god, here we go! Here we go!
Every time it goes to your turn, it's like...
Yeah, you just don't know how it's going to go. So, I think those are my two. I'm sure there's so many others that I'll probably see it. What are yours? Start with the creature.
Okay, Basilisk.
Basilisk?
I
Okay.
love the Basilisk.
Yeah.
He comes out to the field and he just deals 10 damage every turn cycle until he's done, and that's it. Basilisk is by far going to be my favorite of the creatures. With Magic, I definitely like Celestial Power. Big fan of Celestial Power.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a good one.
You're welcome.
You'll see her.
But honestly, probably one of my favorite of the Magic cards is very simple. I love Career Buccaneer. I love Career Buccaneer.
Starting career is a Buccaneer. It's a pirate's life.
He's
pretty cool.
a lot like Surprise of the Deep. He's just one stronger, so it's a +6 to hit and attack, and it's a guaranteed hit and is a guaranteed hurt your opponent.
Yeah,
and it's so
6.
good.
It's 6, so
Yep.
that's an automatic 6 dice roll.
Yep.
Yeah, might as well be. So
it's probably my favorite of the Magic cards. It's a simple card. I'm pretty sure it's a common card.
Uncommon, yeah, but he's
Uncommon.
easy to get. Yeah,
very easy to get. But
So
he is so
yeah.
nice.
He's good, and so there's a lot of other creatures. I think people watching this, you're gonna find a creature that you're gonna love immediately, and I think it's
For
a
no
mix-
reason.
I think it's a mixture of because Ward definitely plays on nostalgia a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So people that are like us in our mid-30s are really gonna grasp it, but the kids love it too. Because it's all the bright colors and a raccoon knight. Like, how can you not like that?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they can see it, but there's a raccoon knight, the cool Alvarine there, phoenixes, and they're all bright colors like a Saturday morning cartoon or comic book.
Mm-hmm.
And then for us, there will be Jerry's another one. Jerry.
People love Jerry.
People love Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry's this really weird little gumball type card that can just change into anything, like anything, and he just can throw a game on its head.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not always the best card.
No,
he's only as good as the card that you play.
I've
'Cause
beaten
he just
Jerry
morphs
multiple
into him.
times, but as soon as he comes out, I go, oh god,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Here we go, Jerry.
Oh,
is on
it's a
the
Jerry.
field. Yeah. So those are some of the good ones. We are carried by Southern Hobby Distribution.
Mm-hmm.
We are in somewhere around 30 to 40 stores, including a gas chain, Lucky 7.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's more like mid-30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, retail stores, brick and mortar stores across the Midwest. Got some out in California, Texas.
Getting more like every week. Too.
Yeah, they're popping up. So Southern Hobby's doing a good job at scooting us into stores here too. And I think the hardest part is with a trading card game, which is we can't get away from it. Ward is definitely a trading card game, but it's not.
But it doesn't play like one.
It doesn't play like the typical one. It does in the sense that you have cards that you're fighting and you trade and you get rarities.
Yeah.
But that's not what we made Ward for. Ward we made fun. Like you said before, it's a game.
It's a game first.
People forget about that. Me and him were actually talking about this the other night. That people forget that in the whole scheme, you go to these big card shows and all these holographics and rarities and everything's PSA 10, and you forget that this card is part of a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's there for. It's part of a game. It's not just something to collect. It's about something to play, and that's what we're all about. We're about the game behind it. The collection is there because some cards just become better than others. You realize how valuable they are in the game, which makes them more valuable to us.
And it's fun too because once you sit down and you play the game, something might be a common or uncommon card, and it is in every person's deck. Everyone uses it, and it becomes an absolute staple. So even if it is just a uncommon, Surprise in the Deep or something, everyone's gonna have one. So even the cards that are not as good, as far as rarity, are necessity inside of a good deck.
They are. Yep, they are. And that's just something we've been trying to hit home with people when we talk to you at home watching this or each other, is our focus will never move away from the game first. Obviously, Ward we're still a business. We have to think that way sometimes. Otherwise, we just aren't here. We just can't do this anymore.
We have
to make money at some point. Otherwise, it falls apart. But our focus always is the game, and it never will sway from that. If the game is not fun, we find that the game is moving away from being fun, and even if it is just turning into a collector's item, that's not something we want. I understand that is good for business, but I would be sad if Ward turned away from people playing the game to just collecting, kind of like Pokemon's turned into. Sorry, Pokemon, but I mean, people do play Pokemon, but the mass people, they go to these card shows, and it's just all about trading. That's it. Given it is from
or you sit there and I will sit there and I'll go on TikTok live and I'll scroll, and out of 50 videos I just scroll through during my midnight doom scrolling, 35 of them are just people ripping open packs of Pokemon cards, and I have jumped into a few of them, and I've gone, hey, that's a really good card. You know, you have you played the game? And they go, no, I just ripped the packs open. It's like, what happened to playing the game? What happened to the game being fun?
Yep. That's what we're trying to hit home here. Is it is a game, and that's something that's lost in the industry big time.
Yep.
Is it's a game first, and that's why we actually put ourselves more in line with I would put myself closer to like a board game. Because when people buy board games, they're not buying it because it's a collector's item. Well, there are those, but that's not the main reason they're buying a board game. Is because it's a collector's item. They buy it because, hey, that game looks kind of fun. I want to bring it home and play it with my family. That's what Ward is for you. Trust me, it's a game. You don't even need to buy all this stuff here. You buy 2 of those and you just play at home on a rainy day, and that's
it.
That's it. That's what the game is. The collecting and all the fun stuff. If you really want like the good cards, it's there if you want it.
But you don't need it.
I don't know how many times I can hit that home. Just nail it in the head. Like this is a game for fun. Just you're gonna love it. I don't know how to stress that more. Go watch some of our other videos.
Yeah, watch the other videos. You'll see how it gets played.
Yeah, it's super straightforward.
But before we just start rambling on, we should probably end this on a good note. So
I don't ramble. No, I've rambled. I've said the same thing like how many times.
If you guys ever watch us on Rise of the Podcast, we'll give you guys a shout out. We ramble a lot, so we're gonna end it. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe. Buy a pack or 2 for your friends and family. Buy a pack or 2 for you.
Yeah, we'll have a link. I'll put a link in there, and even on our channel too. You'll find a link directly to the website where you can pick up Word. You can find all the tutorial videos and learn how to play the game. Find out why it's so great.
Follow us on Discord.
Follow us on Discord.
There's always something going on in Discord.
Discord gets silly. Just letting you know. There's some people in there, and they post some silly things, like not even like really bad. It's not bad stuff, but it gets weird. Yeah, so we enjoy watching what happens on the Discord. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. Smash that like button. Make sure you smash it. Yeah, I'll put a link down in the description so you can get straight to the website and the products page if you want to pick one up and bring it home for you and your family. Your kids will love it, I promise.
All right, we're going to go now before it gets too crazy.
All right, see you guys. Bye.